everyone. How are you? For all you new watchers, I am Yesenia.
And I'm Sam.
And this is ONT Now.
So.
Hey.
Hi. So we've been going a while. How were your holidays?
They were nice. A little crazy, as you can imagine, but they were nice. How were yours?
Good. They came and went. My tree is actually still up. I can admit that. So we're going to talk about some guilty things a little bit later, but the tree's still up. So
I will tell you that my tree is in the box.
It's a beautiful
but
nightlight.
But don't ask how fast it got there, because guess what? It never went up. And I feel so bad.
So you never.
I feel horrible. Okay. My kids, I feel so bad because Christmas Eve we went to bed and my son actually asked me. He's like, "Mommy, is Santa gonna come put the tree up tomorrow morning?" I'm like, "Oh."
No, it's just supposed to be presents under the tree. Okay, that was good. You got me on that one. So we're gonna be doing some more shows. Obviously, we're getting started again in 2019. Yeah. But we can talk about some of the favorite episodes. You had a couple favorite episodes last time, right?
So one of my favorites will always be the one that we did with the gardener.
Yeah.
Just because I've always been intrigued by gardening and I've always wanted to garden and I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I have a huge backyard. So I have the space for it. And everybody always tells me that, like, "Oh my God, you can have a garden here." So this year he did tell me he was going to help me. So I'm really excited about that.
I want that.
Don't forget, Gregory. You said you were going to help me. So I'm going to reach out to him because I definitely do want to do that. And the one with the CBD oil because lately I've been having a lot of back problems, really bad. And it's been saving me. You just don't realize how much. But that was a good episode as well.
Yeah, mine were the Labor Day parade. I thought, you remember we were out there for an hour. Mm-hmm. The weather kind of didn't cooperate initially, but then it was okay. But just the fact that we got to talk to so many, we got to talk to our future governor. Obviously now he is the governor. Yeah, that was actually a joy. We talked to quite a few people. And
it was our first Facebook Live.
Yeah, that was the first Facebook Live. Wow, that's right. We helped the Bulldogs get to Tennessee, for their football thing, so that was a great thing too. But I think one of the things that I was kind of proud of it too, right? I know maybe you a little bit more, but we had that whole female episode. We did the Latina episode,
yes. Right? I do appreciate. You know what? I'm glad you brought that one up. It is very dear to my heart, and actually, I've been talking to. I don't know if Natalie mentioned to you, but us we're working on something together with Krista. So we are working on something special for 2019. Get ready, guys. But yes, I'm really excited. So thank you for bringing that up. Watch out for it.
Yeah. So speaking of kind of on that same subject, right? Things that have been going on. We're trying to do a little bit different things. You actually delved into something at the end of last year, right?
Just
it's not like it's
secret.
Bit. Yeah. So let's just get to the point. So how was the campaign experience? How was it for you?
So you know what I will say, even after having 10 years in political, in the political background and being involved, this was definitely a very different experience for me for many reasons. But basically, yes, I was running for alderman here in the 10th ward. I am no longer running. I chose not to appeal the decision when my signatures were getting challenged. It was just not worth it, I guess, at the time, at the moment. Just everything was going on. And I chose not to appeal. But basically what happened was, yes, my signatures got challenged. 90% of my signatures got challenged by the incumbent. Right. And in that sense, when your signatures get challenged, it's just a lot of different steps that you have to go through when you have to go downtown to Board of Elections every single day and literally go through signature by signature with somebody from Board of Elections that sits there and decide, a reviewer that's reviewing the signatures with you and the challenger. And you're going one at a time, and they decide if it looks like the signature that they once registered with, which can be God knows how long. I registered when I was 18.
So that's the legal standpoint that some would say that it's got to match exactly.
It has to match exactly.
Now, I personally, right? Anybody who's ever signed a petition, right? Most of the time, they knocked on your door. It's cold out, or this is a cold time of the season. Sometimes, sometimes you do it at central locations. You're handing somebody a clipboard, and you're asking them to sign it. And it's not like, and they know who you are. Yes. You're obviously saying, "I'm running for alderman. I would really like you to help me get on the ballot." Right? These people sincerely look you in the eye and go, "I will sign for you."
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
And then because of the clipboard slipped, or their hands were cold, or the pen wasn't so flowing, a little change like that can be questioned. Right?
Exactly. My signature was questioned. My signature was challenged. As long even along with all my families,
right.
all my brothers, sisters, it's my sister-in-law. Everybody's signature was questioned, and it's just it's ridiculous.
That's the part
it's time consuming.
That gets me too. You say,
it
it's
is
like, because I know people are going to say, well, you did get your signatures in a short period of time. So maybe it's valid, but your own signature, come on. That means that somebody just was challenging everything. So how difficult is it once you're challenged? How difficult is it to unchallenge the signature?
Well, that's the problem, and I think that this is where it's a problem with the Board of Elections. It's like once you're challenged, then you have to prove that it's a legitimate signature.
Totally.
In essence, it should be the challenger. Then you prove that it's not a legitimate signature.
Yeah, right.
So in that instance, you have to go through. Obviously the reviewer has to go through them, and then they come with a professional handwriting analyst that goes through them, and he decided that it wasn't my signature either. Even if I'm sitting there telling Board of Elections, this is my signature, I signed that, of course I'm endorsing myself. They denied my signature as well, yes. So after that, they come, and this was, let's say, the 22nd of December, they come and they give me 2 days to get affidavits from these people that sign my petition.
Basically, they have to reaffirm.
They have to fill out a form with a notary present.
With a notary.
So you need to bring a notary to these people's homes on the weekend of Christmas Eve.
Right.
And try to find them home.
They give you like 2 days or whatever.
Exactly. So they were due on Christmas Eve. I didn't submit them all on Christmas Eve, obviously, because people were not home. Right. And I submitted what I needed a couple days later, and they refused to accept them because they were late. They're like, no, they were due Christmas Eve. So, in that instance, yes, I could have gotten another attorney and I could have appealed. I chose not to. It was time consuming. I knew where this was leading, and I know that it was just because they were removing me for a reason. Right. The other candidates' petitions were not looked at. They weren't even one other. The two challengers, Alejandra Hermosillo and I forgot, Jorge Morales, I think his name is.
Just kids.
Kids, yes.
I don't know how that works.
The challengers, they didn't even show up to even look at the signatures at Board of Elections. So they not once reviewed my petitions. So clearly they were either getting paid or doing somebody a favor to challenge me, which is fine. So I went through my moment. I was upset, angry. And you know what, to be honest, not even at the incumbent, because she just played the card that is there available for people to play in. It's Board of Elections, and it's the political realm that we're in here in Chicago, and this is the reason why we're in the problem that we're in, and this is the reason why we have so many
but that wasn't democracy.
That wasn't democracy at all.
Democracy would have been to just not challenge you and let you be on the ballot.
Here's my say: is if I was the incumbent, and if I was sure of the work that I'm doing, and if I'm sure of the representative that I am and the leader that I am, I wouldn't even care who's on that ballot, because I am secure that people will vote me back in because of the work that I do. I would not have to remove anybody from the ballots, because hey, it doesn't matter who's on the ballot. If you believe that you are doing a great job here in the 10th Ward, then why are you so insecure about having another Latina on the ballot? Right. And that's what it is. So it's fine. We have a lot of plans in place to deal with it, and in the future we will deal with it. That's the steps that I decided to take, and now I'm just going to make sure to make myself available to other projects that we were working on. Right. We have a lot of things going on in South Chicago. Right. We have a lot of things going on in the 10th Ward. And I know that no matter what position I'm in, I can make myself usable, and I can make myself a great asset in this community. And that's what I plan to do.
Right. It's not like we're going to stop doing things.
We're not
now we have more time to focus on some of the things that we wanted to do. So
and more freely. I don't have to.
And you have more time to watch silly shows and stuff, right?
Don't get me started on those.
Yeah. So, we can. So part of that, obviously, with a little bit more free time. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about.
Please tell me how your holiday break was.
Well, I actually asked in time to get the day off, right? Because I'm sorry, I love the holidays, but when it's on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's so bad, right? You're supposed to go to work the day before, the day after.
So does your job offer Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, or?
No, just the holiday day.
Oh, okay.
So I actually had to put in for myself. But I got to enjoy 2 4-day weekends back to back. So it kind of broke me to go back to work, because I was like, oh my God, why can't a work week always be 3 days?
Mind.
Yeah,
See, I don't
it was
mind.
4 days off.
We have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off.
Yeah.
And then I took because I had to use my days.
I had to use days too.
Yeah, I had to use it or lose it. So
Right.
of course, one thing is I'm addicted to work, and it's not even my job. I don't even like my job,
Yeah.
but
like
I just need to make sure that my job is done right, and that's what it is. So I hate to take days off, and so I had to use days off. So I used the 2 days after Christmas Day.
Oh wow!
And I went back for a Friday, and they're like, "Why did you come back for Friday?" I'm like, "I'm fine. It's just like."
So you were off like 4, 5 days.
I was there I was off 6 days.
Yeah.
And then went back for 1 day, and then was off another 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So it was nice.
So a lot of time to watch shows because I wanted to talk to you about because my guilty pleasure show is back.
Which one?
It's you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate reality TV. I hate how many reality shows there are. So the fact that I love a reality television show that makes me cry.
Is this? I can't even. What?
It makes me cry almost every episode.
Which
I'm
one?
serious. Is America's Got Talent.
What? Really? I never would have thought.
And, I mean, think about it. Simon Cowell
I think I've seen.
Think about. I mean, it's so set up like all the other ones, but I think it's almost one of the original ones, right? So people watch shows that are about dance and about singing, but this show is everything, right? It's like a legit. Just talent, and we've done talent shows, right?
Yes, we have.
So
and we're gonna do another one.
We're gonna do another one, but it's like just talents of things that you wouldn't even know was a talent, right? I mean, just ridiculous stuff, spinning plates, doing all kinds of stuff like that, you know, acrobatic shows and stuff. But for me, I don't know. I just the way they do the show is great. It's produced well. My daughter actually, thanks Jackie, got me involved in the show, and then I got Natalie watching it. And she was crying too, so I was like, okay.
I gotta look into it. I used to watch. I like The Voice because I'm a big fan of Blake Shelton.
Okay.
But I only really watch like the beginning part of it, like where they do the auditions or the what is it called, the blind auditions or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So I like that part of it, and then I just lose interest. No, I'm a big sucker for like shows. Like I love This Is Us, and I will cry with that show every single episode.
Yeah.
I love, oh my God, Game of Thrones. I can't wait till Game of Thrones comes back. I'm trying to convince my husband to get back to watch it, just so I can watch it all over again with him.
Yeah.
And I just want, like, I'm so jealous of people that have never watched it yet because they could watch it from the beginning. So, and I just want to sit there and watch their reaction.
Yeah, Natalie's not going to watch it. She's already told me. She's never watched an episode.
I already tried to convince my husband. I said, if I watch this movie with you, you need to watch one episode of Game of Thrones with me.
So This Is Us. This is the whole thing. See, I was actually having a conversation about that too with Natalie, but the whole... Why would you want to... I mean, if everything's fine, life is tough enough, right? Why are you putting on a show every week that's destined to make you cry?
Really?
And then I thought about myself. You know what's a show that I actually do that to myself for? And I found myself going, why do I still watch the show? It makes me feel sick most of the time was The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
The Walking Dead, when you watch it, it's like, I mean, you would feel like somebody kicked you in the stomach, and I'm thinking, why am I watching this show? Why do I subject myself?
I actually got into, okay, so, because I watched that too, Walking Dead, I haven't watched the last 12 seasons. Just because oh my God, I don't know. It's just, I think it's dragging. It definitely was dragging too much.
Too, right,
and I just want to just like get to the point. So I haven't watched the last 2 seasons. And
it's the one show that I've watched from beginning to end though. I don't really watch them too many when they're actually on, right? It's always
I do want to talk about This Is Us though, because really quick, and I know that, we were just going to touch on it really quick.
This Is Us.
This Is Us, actually the reason I got into This Is Us is I remember watching the preview. The preview came on during, I don't even know what, it was like I was watching a sports game. I don't even remember what I was watching. And the preview came on and it just like got to me.
Yeah.
Because it was
I remember seeing the preview.
Yeah.
And it made me,
when it came out, like,
feel something.
Yes, exactly.
And I was like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
My kids had just been born. My kids were born in September of 2014. I'm already forgetting. And I was laid off. Obviously that was during an election, so I was laid off in May of 2015.
That's what I was like. What? You got laid off?
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Is that what
laid off is a
we
good.
We didn't get reelected. Okay, so whatever you want to call
it. Your job ran out.
My job ran out. Yeah, my position was anyway. So there was a very, very tough time for me. I was going through a lot of things, which is kind of the stuff that I'm going to talk about in our upcoming stuff, but we'll touch on that another day. So this show came when I seen this show is actually about triplets that are born and one of the triplets dies during birth, and so that's just the beginning. I don't want to get whoever
that's what the
hasn't.
show's about?
Yeah, well, I don't want to give too much about it, but that's part of it.
Okay.
So that right away was like, oh my god. So something that not a lot of people know is that my kids were actually triplets.
Really?
Yeah. So my kids were actually triplets, and I lost one at like 12 weeks. So I didn't even realize they were triplets until I lost it. So it's just like, to me, it was just like, oh my god, like this is. That's the reason.
Sometimes
and I think
like that,
that's what happens with me is like I learned something new about, like it touches you in some way, and it's just that it. And I get what you're saying, though. It's every episode you cry.
Right, because
why do you do it to
I
yourself?
was in the background. I was in the kitchen, and Nat had one of the shows on, and it sounded like everything was cool. But that's just how Walking Dead was. You knew as soon as everything was cool, they might just survive. No, somebody's gonna die, and they're gonna cry. So everything seemed fine, and then all of a sudden, all I heard was screaming and yelling. It sounded like some child died or something. I'm like, why is he watching that? But anyway, you talk about.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so what are your guilty pleasure shows out there? I mean, we were talking about a couple of ours, but I'm sure people have a lot of shows.
Yes.
There's got to be a show you're embarrassed to watch.
I bet you guys are watching that show, because I was like up on that show. You need to watch it. It's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix has some really good shows.
I know. Yesterday I was gonna watch that, but then we left because we had to go through something with the family.
Yeah. So tell us, right? Because the comments are open, and I rarely get comments. Even if you say you don't like us at this point, I'd like to hear something. Even
if you think that we're crazy, okay?
Yeah.
Even if you think that our shows are dumb.
Tell
us how dumb they are.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying this thing has been sitting here. I mean, okay, why is that here?
My little monster truck?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So,
it's a monster truck.
Yeah. So my husband's friend gave us tickets to the Hot Wheels monster truck show thing.
Hot Wheels. Okay.
Yeah. So isn't it cool? It was my very first time going, and my son loved it. My kids went. I didn't realize how loud they get in there. But it was
closed,
funny.
Right? It's a closed
space.
space.
It's a closed space. So what's funny is that we're watching like the bikers and stuff jumping around.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden we just see everybody putting on their headphones. I'm like, why the hell are they putting on headphones? And sure enough, that's why. It's loud as fuck in there. Sorry, excuse my language. But yes, it's so loud. I had to cover I feel bad because I was covering my kids' ears really loud. But it was cool. They had it. They had a lot of fun.
So everybody brings headphones and they know this already.
No, they sell them there for like $2. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna pay $2 for freaking headphones. Anyway, so this is my daughter's. This is the one that she picked out. It was in my purse. I took it out because it's so cute. So I think I'm just gonna have it at my desk all the time.
Yeah, sometimes different things are fun. That sounds like a good time.
Anyway, so that was cool. That was fun. Yeah.
Cool.
I need to do more things with my kids.
Yeah.
I know that they have like the museums and stuff, and I'm so bad.
Yeah, they have those passes you can get from the library.
Yes, there's a link. We're gonna put the link down there.
The library passes.
All the free.
I need to borrow a child
in Chicago. Okay.
That is under 18. I think you can go for free. Family of 4.
Yeah.
Library thing.
There you go. Available. I need to do one of those.
Yes, you should.
Take my kids. Anyway, so we took enough time.
Yeah.
You guys.
Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
We'll see you again.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Feeling kicking in. Oh, it never ends.